Hello, Cancer Rising. I'm Britten LaRue, and this is Scopes Unshamed for August 2026. How are you doing? How are you doing, Cancer Rising? So, we just had a really big full moon. You had Mercury retrograde going through your first house last month. There was a lot of big astrology in July. So, before we get into August, I want to make a suggestion. I think it would be really supportive to you to make a little list, like feel through the month of July in the different quarters of your life, your career, your friendships, money, food, body, self-talk, inner world, spirit world, communications. Like feel into the different categories of your life and tune into like the big themes, like the things that happened, the things that were repeating, the what we can think of as the themes, like the big themes of July. I think that tracking those themes for the rest of the year is going to be really helpful to you. You just got a lot of information of like, apparently these are the themes. So these are the themes. And some of these themes are going to be continuing across the month of August, and they're also going to be evolving over 2026 and into 2027. So the more you have your eyes on these themes, I think the more you're going to feel empowered with the story that you're living inside. Okay. So this month I think is going to be a month where yeah, there's some really big themes that are coming to there's like momentum coming through for you in the sectors of your life that have to do with your career and your money. So for you, Leo is your second house. I use a whole sign system. So for me, your second house is all Leo. And there's a lot of Leo energy in the air. And for you, the second house then is your resources. It's how you resource yourself. It's how you know yourself to be a person of resources. It's how you know and trust in yourself that you are the source of your prosperity. You create your abundance from the inside. And it's how you know you have certain skills, certain gifts, certain tools that create abundance for you. Like these are the parts of me that I'm tapped into them, and this is how I get resourced. Now, resourcing is not just money. It's other forms of abundance as well. It's like your home security, as in like the fact of shelter. There's like food in the fridge. There's this sense of like I have. And, abundance can also be you have time, you the sense that you have everything that you need. And Leo, wherever we have Leo, this is an important house for us. This is important territory for us because your sun, wherever it is in your chart, maybe it's in Leo, most cares about the affairs of life that have to do in the house where you have Leo. This is just a astrological technique. So wherever your sun is, your sun also cares about where you have Leo, which is resources. So themes around resources, getting resources, giving away resources, knowing yourself as the resource, the ultimate resource that you have is you. I think those are going to be really big. And I would invite you to tune into this question. How do I know that it's true that my heart is actually my greatest resource? In what ways is it true that my heart is my greatest resource? Just going to lay that there for you. Enjoy that one. So, because we're going to have a new moon eclipse, a solar eclipse in Leo at 20 degrees of Leo. That's going to be on August 12th. It's our first of two eclipses. Eclipses always come in either two or three. So there's always 2 weeks in between. And in those 2 weeks, we're in this like portal. We're in this eclipse portal where things are coming up. Things are coming up. And they're coming up collectively, usually in big ways. They're coming up personally. It's coming up interpersonally. And it's like the information is coming in and we're having reactions. Like, because eclipses have to do with sight and concealing and revealing and what's getting illuminated and what's getting eclipsed. And what tends to happen is there's like a reveal, an illumination of something that is like, now it's been revealed. And it's surprising because we hadn't seen it before. But the thing is, it was always there. It was there already. We just didn't see it. So what's often uncomfortable at a personal level is now we feel a sense of having to like make room for this thing in our lives. Like now we have to orient to surprise. This thing is now here. But then at a collective level, when the entire collective is like getting really worked up around this new thing that's now we're all experiencing, it brings up a lot of energy, and it can be hard to locate yourself amidst the noise of a collective response. So, something to keep in mind for this month is that the whole second half of August, we're in this eclipse belly until August 28th, and then we have the next eclipse. And I always advise like extra padding in this time because you want padding for yourself to just anchor, ground, return to yourself, shake other people's energies off, like close the door on what's not yours so that you can listen and you can come home to yourself. We don't make great responses. Like we don't react super well when we're deep in other people's reactions. So it's a time to really make space to hear yourself because you want to hear what you're being given and what you're being shown, and you want to act and decide in the world from an anchored place of your truth. So you just have to make like more conscious effort to create that space for yourself so that you can listen and discover like what these eclipses are wanting from you. That energy will kind of shift in its feeling and orientation a little bit when the sun moves into Virgo. And the second eclipse is a full moon eclipse with the moon in Pisces, then, because Pisces is opposite Virgo. So this eclipse will have sort of different themes related to it, I feel like. Full moon eclipses tend to be on an emotional side, like we may feel a lot of connection to our feelings and inviting in what our feelings are wanting to teach us, to talk to us about, help us see where we could help ourselves, help us see how we can be more compassionate with ourselves. I tend to love the full moon in Pisces every year in Virgo season and find it to be just like a moon full of wonder and feeling held by the universe. But because it's an eclipse, it may just have a lot more emotionality to it. It's going to be square Uranus and Gemini, exactly. So there may be some surprises that come in and just like, oh, wasn't expecting that. Because Uranus tends to bring sudden awareness, sudden anything is like lightning. So there may be like a sudden realization about your own care, about how to be more present with yourself, how to be more present with your spiritual life. So there's different factors that could be at play, but I do think it is kind of a shift in the energy and in the theme from the first 3 weeks of the month when we get to the latter part of August. However, I say that, and also at the very end of the month, August 31st, Saturn in your 10th house that I've talked to you about before in Aries is going to be trining as a helpful line to Jupiter in Leo, now in Leo, in your second, where you have money, assets. So career, reputation, and money assets tends to be an important topic for a lot of people. So that whole relationship is coming to the first of these trines that are really fun thematics that are taking us into the next year too. So this is in fire and this is in your material life and your career life. And what will it mean? I think you're going to see something really helpful about the shape things are taking because Saturn helps the ineffable, Jupiter, the ideational, the imaginal. That's all Jupiter. Saturn helps things take shape. Saturn helps things come into time, come into form, come into the calendar and make it real. So there may be over the course of August kind of like this growing understanding of like, this is what we're going to do. Like, this is what I'm going to make to bring in more money, or like some kind of understanding of how to build may come into your world over the month of August with like the first interesting piece of this larger story coming in at the very end of the month in like its exact form. It's not that you will understand it exactly on August 31st, except maybe you will. It's a longer story though, but it's like this feels like fun astrology. So thank you so much, Cancer Rising. I hope this was supportive for you. I hope you have a beautiful August, and I will see you in September. Please subscribe so you don't miss it. Cheers.